ahead and get started to honor your time. So today's practice is one of grounding. I always find that in the fall, there seems to be a shift in just like, well, obviously in the weather, in the wind, in the change of season, but also in the expectation that sometimes it feels like you should be doing something new, right? Like starting school or starting a new project. It just kind of goes along with that. So it can sometimes make you feel a little bit discombobulated because you feel like you should be doing something, whereas in truth, you know, just following your same path is good, and feeling grounded and centered in where you are. So we're going to just have a practice of really focusing on foundation and being grounded, so that when those sensations of feeling like we should be someplace else doing something different, that we can come back to that place of groundedness. And to help with that, we're going to focus on the root chakra, the Muladhara root chakra, which is the pelvic floor, basically, chakra. So that place where if you were riding a bicycle, the pelvic floor, that would be the area of the body that is where the root chakra resides. And the mudra to help access that root chakra is the thumb and the ring finger together, pressing those together with the other finger straight out, if that works, and then allowing the palms to rest up. So when we're doing our centering, I'll invite you to come to this mudra. It's called Prithivi Mudra, P-R-I-T-H-I-V-I, Prithivi Mudra. And it just, when you're feeling a little flighty and you bring these fingers together, you can kind of just breathe into that and settle into the space, okay? So just take a moment to use your myofascial ball or settle in. I have just a quick little story to read, and then we'll get centered. So this is from that living conversation I love so much, and it's called Facing the Lightning, and it's by Landon Saunders. There was a great tree with lofty branches and deep roots. One day the lightning came and said, "Stand aside or I'll blast you off the face of the earth." The tree looked back and said, "I haven't grown a trunk so strong and roots so deep to be intimidated by the likes of you. Strike away." So he says we need the strength that comes from strong trunks and deep roots, but that doesn't come easily or quickly. Trees spend years building deep roots so that when lightning strikes, they'll survive. How do we do that? How do we grow strong trunks and deep roots? I believe one way is to follow the great part that is in you, not the small part. If there is resentment that creeps up in your life, don't say, "Well, I'm just resentful. I'm just a resentful person." Or if jealousy comes to you, don't say, "I'm just jealous. That's the way I am." Or "I'm selfish. I wish it weren't so, but that's just the way I am." What are you doing? You're holding on to the smallest part of your nature or the worst part of your character. Instead, grab hold of the greater part of who you are. If there is love in your life, follow it. If there is joy, pursue it. If there is a moment of generosity that rises in your day, don't say, "Well, where did that come from?" But rather latch onto it and don't let go. This way we add strength and depth to our lives so we can stand tall in the face of whatever lightning comes our way. So I just think that's a beautiful metaphor to, you know, physically be strong in our foundation, strong in our core and our root, and then emotionally just holding on to the greater part of yourself, those good things in you, and focusing on those things rather than on the negativity. So that's what I'll offer as a practice today, as an intention. And if you want to flip around the other way, you're going to have an easier time.
Okay.
Yeah. So sitting on that end and then facing this way. All right. So let's assume the mudra with the thumb and the ring finger together, palms up, other fingers extending out. And just begin to breathe through the nose and out through an open mouth as you settle into the practice. Welcome yourself to the practice. Let go of any anticipation or expectations and just allow the yoga to work in the way it's intended to today. Being able to connect to those greater parts of you, letting go of the less good parts. Because that which we feed is what grows, right? So begin by trying to really relax your body more deeply into this space. Do that through the grace breath. As you breathe in through the nose, feel the physical sensation of the air coming into the nostrils. And as you exhale, just accept the support of the earth holding you up. Notice where the parts of the body that are touching the earth are connecting to the earth. So tapping into that relaxation mode, just feel the sensations of the air moving in. And as you exhale, allow the support to hold you up. Feel the physical sensations of that support. A couple more easy grace breaths in. Feeling that lovely support. See if you can begin to drop your attention of awareness all the way down to the base of your pelvis. That place where if you were sitting on a bicycle, that would be the part of the body that's in physical contact with the seat. That pelvic floor has a diaphragm as well. So when you take that breath in and your abdominal diaphragm lowers, the pelvic diaphragm lowers as well to create that space for you. Allow the pelvic floor to release. And then as you exhale, your abdominal diaphragm lifts as well as the pelvic diaphragm lifts up a little bit to help release all the air. So breathing in, soften the belly, soften the pelvic floor, allow it to relax. Full breath in. And then as you exhale, a gentle lifting up of both of those diaphragms. Let's take a couple of breaths to really try to concentrate and feel the movement, the awareness of the pelvic floor, of that root chakra. And when the root chakra is balanced, we'll feel more safe, more in control, that whole sense of being grounded. And if it's a little out of whack, we may feel out of sorts, off balance, tired, listless, constipated. Just invite in your practice today an awareness of firm foundation. And our foundation right now, the sitting bones, the pelvic floor, is connecting to that space. The affirmation I offer you today is, my body feels strong because my foundation is stable. My body feels strong because my foundation is stable. Now bringing the hands to the heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Just set your own intention for class today, or if you don't have one in specific, just paying attention to your foundation, your strength, because of the stability of your foundation, both mind and body. So if we can send those intentions out to the universe, joining us all together wherever we are. Let's chant that beautiful sound of Om 3 times. So when you're ready, exhale, exhale fully. Inhale. Om. Breathe in, allow the diaphragms to relax. Your head to the heart of your intention. Lower your hands down and blink your eyes open. And let's just stretch our legs out. Give the knees a little massage. Starting with the feet, our foundation, just give them a little twinkle toes. Rotate the ankles. And we're actually going to start our practice on our backs today, which I love. So make sure you have everything around you that you'll need, blocks and strap. Blanket, if you want to lay a blanket out. Just lie down, get yourself in constructive rest to start. And we'll start from the bottom and work up. All right, get that foundation awareness and that stability. So starting in constructive rest with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. Bring your arms gently down by your side and just feel all the different parts of the body connecting to the earth. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, just soften into that space and press your lumbar spine down a little bit as you come into a posterior pelvic tilt. All right, so what is that? You got a clock on your backside, and your lumbar spine, your lower back, is where 12 o'clock is. So press 12 o'clock down on that clock. That is a belly draws in, your feet are pushing into the earth, you're really engaging the core. That's posterior pelvic tilt. The pelvis tilt is tilting backwards. All right, now release that. Come back to your neutral spine. So you got a little mouse house under your lower back. And then press 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is where your tailbone is. So press your tailbone down into the floor, and you'll keep your butt on the floor, but you'll feel your lower back arch up a little bit. You'll feel your ribs spread, your abdominal muscles spread. This is called an anterior pelvic tilt. You're tilting the pelvic bowl a different direction. So now with the breath, push the feet and the lumbar spine into the floor, flatten out 12 o'clock. The ribs and the hips come a little closer together. Draw the belly in for core strengthening. And then as you inhale, press your tailbone down and spread those ribs, spread the abdominal muscles. Feel the arch in your lower back get bigger. Okay, so now with the breath, exhale, press 12, draw the belly in. Inhale, press 6, lift that lower spine up. Couple more, exhale, press. Inhale, press 6 o'clock, press the tailbone down. Exhale, press 12 o'clock down, the lumbar spine. Inhale, 6 o'clock. One more time, exhale, 12 o'clock. What do you notice about this? Movement of the pelvis. Inhale, lift, good. Okay, and then come back to a nice neutral spine where you're neither pressing 12 or 6, and that's a good curve of that lumbar spine. Now maintain that nice curve of the lumbar spine, draw the belly in to to engage the core, and slide your left leg slowly down to the end of the mat, extend it. Slowly extend the right leg down one body part at a time as we come to full body stretch. Reach the right arm to wherever is comfortable for you, overhead or out to the side. And then bring the other arm up overhead, out to the side, whatever is comfortable. Palms are facing up. Now press out through the heel of the feet, reach out long with the fingertips, and draw the belly in so the core is strong and stable. So everything is active. You're pressing your thigh bones down, you're pressing your arms down, lifting and spreading your toes, belly draws in, all right? Now internally rotate your legs so your toes are pointing in the direction of each other. And we're gonna do an as if lift. I want you to imagine you're gonna lift your legs up, but you're not going to. You're just gonna recruit all the muscles it would take to lift them up. So imagine you're trying to lift them up, feel the core strength, feel the body be strong, the trunk of that tree, strong and stable. This is active, it should be difficult. All right, now release that, release everything and just notice the difference. You can probably breathe now. All right, let's do that one more time with good awareness. Flex the feet, internally rotate the legs so the toes point toward each other. Press the thigh bones down. Press out through the heels of the feet, reach your fingertips long, draw the belly in, and then imagine you're trying to lift your legs up. So recruit everything it takes to try to lift those legs up, but don't lift them up, but feel the strength of the core. And release, notice the difference. Whew.
Slowly lower the arms down. Bend the knees again, feet are flat on the floor. And bring the soles of the feet together. So rub the soles of the feet together, let them meet each other, connect with each other, and then just soften the knees out to the side. Hands come onto the belly. Take a moment to just feel the rise and fall of the hands. Breathing in, the belly softens and rounds, the pelvic floor relaxes. And as you exhale, a little squeezing of the pelvic floor as that diaphragm lifts up, the abdominal diaphragm lifts up, you release all the air. One more time, inhale, the belly softens, the pelvic floor softens. And as you exhale, a little gentle squeezing of the pelvic floor, lifting of that pelvic floor diaphragm, lifting of the abdominal diaphragm. And then just come back to neutral, neither squeezing or relaxing too much. Now press the soles of the feet together, lift the knees up slightly. Press, 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 press the soles of the feet together. Feel the engagement of the inner and outer thigh. Keep pressing, feel the work, and take a breath in. And as you exhale, allow the knees to soften down toward the earth. As we engage, it helps us to release. So let's do that one more time. So press, 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 press the feet in toward each other. Keep pressing the feet. Press, press, press. Take a breath in, relax the press of the feet and allow the knees to release. Open the knees out to the side. Good. Take your hands to the outer edge of your thighs, lift the knees back up and bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. And then just gently rock back and forth. Place your hands on top of your knees now and push your knees away from you. Flex your feet and lift your shins up so they're parallel to the floor. Release the hands, reach the hands up towards the sky, and the knees are stacked directly over the hips. It should take some core engagement. So press the feet out just about a ½ inch. See if you can feel a little more core engagement. Draw that belly in. One more breath here. Strengthening that trunk, strengthening that tree trunk. Good. Nice. And then bring the hands back onto the knees and row the knees out to the side. Hands on top of the knees. And we're just rotating the head of the leg bone in the pelvis in circles. And what is your core saying to you today? Are you feeling it in your lower back? You're feeling it in your lower back. You may need a little more additional core work to really find that strength to help support it. I sure do. I know I always need core work. All right, lower the feet down. Take the arms out to a T. Take that right knee, lift it up and flex your foot. And then open the knee out to the side as you put that right ankle on the left knee for figure 4. Flex the foot to support the knee, so make sure it's flexed. Lift and spread the toes. Now come into a posterior pelvic tilt. So flatten out your lumbar spine and press your knee away from you. And you're going to feel that. You may feel that in the outer right hip. Release the pelvic tilt, release the knee, and we'll do that one more time. So nice breath in. Press the knee away from you as you flatten the lumbar spine. Notice the sensation in the outer hip. Good. Now from here, try to maintain a neutral spine. So come to a neutral spine and slowly slide your left leg down, taking your right leg with it. Just feel the way the hip responds to that different type of movement. Then we're going to lift and lower it a couple more times. So use the strength of your core. So now draw the belly in, slowly slide your left heel back up, come back up to figure 4, and then slowly lower it back down again. Let's do that one more time each way. Lift the foot, lift the leg back up, and then slowly slide it back down. Good. And then lift it back up, release the knee, the ankle from the knee, and just rock those hips side to side, rock the knees side to side. Let's go to the other side. So lift your left foot up, flex the foot, externally rotate it so that knee goes out to the side and place the ankle on the knee. Press the lumbar spine down as you come to a nice posterior pelvic tilt and press the knee away from you. The left knee presses away from you. You feel a stretch in the outer side of the hip, a nice, gentle, really organic stretch, not forcing anything. So it's interesting to see how the posterior pelvic tilt can do the same thing as lifting the knees up, but even better. All right, release neutral spine, and we'll do that one more time. Take a breath in. As you exhale, flatten your lumbar spine, press the figure 4 knee away from you. Keep pressing the lumbar spine down and notice what you sense in your outer left hip. Keep that foot flexed to protect the knee. Now slowly slide the right leg down to the short end of the mat. Let the knee release down toward the earth. And then slide the heel back up. Again, slide down, straighten that right leg. Lift it back up one more time. Feel the core working. So work your belly muscles too. Let the belly muscles work some of this movement. And then back to center. Nice. Lower the foot back down. Rock the knees side to side. And then just do an opposite stretch. So extend the right leg, right arm up overhead. Press out through the heel of the right leg. Stretch long with the left fingertips. Feel the fascial stretch from diagonally. Then take each out to their own diagonal for a little more stretch, a little more work on that diagonal. Bring those back to center and switch. Left leg goes long, right arm reaches high. And then take them both out to the diagonal. Get that stretch from fingertip to the heel. And back to center, lower the arm, bend the knee. Now extend the left leg toward the sky, right arm toward the sky. Stretch and reach with the leg and the fingertips. Try to reach the ceiling with fingertips and heel. Long stretch. Lower that down, go to the other side. So don't just lift it, really stretch and reach. Stretch across the back of the shoulder blades, across the back of the hamstring. One more time each way, stretch and lengthen. And opposite side, good for the brain as well. Now you can keep doing this or you can send them to the short end of the mat. So the right leg, the left leg extends long to the short end of the mat, the right arm overhead, and then switch. It can hover or rest, whatever you choose. One more time each way. Good. Nice. All right, now grab your strap, should be within reach. Just going to do a little hamstring stretch before we something else. So place the right knee in toward the chest and place the strap on the ball of the right foot. Plug the head of the leg bone into the pelvis and extend the leg long. Press out through the heel of the foot and draw the toes towards your nose. Slide your hands down the strap so the back of the arms release toward the earth. And then slowly lift the leg up toward the sky. Keep pressing the thigh bone away from you toward the back side of the room. Keep pushing it away from you as you try to draw your toes toward your nose. So keep it active. The thigh bone presses away, the toes come toward your nose. So it's like a push me, pull you. That little, I always forget if that's Dr. Seuss or some other author that just the push. Who is it?
Doolittle.
Doolittle, Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. That's been bugging me. All right, bend the knee, release, and then one more stretch. See if you get a little bit more from it this time. So do your Doolittle push me, pull you. The toes are coming towards you, the thigh bone's pressing away. Whew. All right, let's switch legs. Do the cool yoga trip, just swap legs. Plug the head of the leg bone into your pelvis and extend it long. It should be straight. If it's not straight, lower it. It's more important that it's straight than it's high. All right, press out through the heel of the foot. Press the thigh bone back, the toes towards you. So you're using the strap to help with that counteractive movement. And bend the knee, release it. Do that one more time. Straighten the leg, push the thigh bone back, toes towards the nose. Use the strap to help draw it towards you as you use the strength of your leg to press it away. Nice. Okay. Now bend that knee, take the strap off. We're going to do some little butt muscle exercises. We're going to roll over onto the side into clamshell. So use your pillow to help support your head. You might need to roll it up into a little ball so it's your head is in line with your spine. And a roll onto your side. Doesn't matter which side. You got a top leg and a bottom leg, right? So come into a little fetal position with your knees at 90-degree angle from your knees are coming directly from your hip. The soles of the feet are together. We're just going to lift the top leg. Keep the bottom leg where it is. So the feet, the sides of the feet stick like glue, and you just lift and lower that top leg. Take your awareness to your gluteus medius, your little butt muscle behind where the leg comes into the pelvis. Lift and lower. Good. Let's do 3 more. 2. Very subtle movement. Nice. All right, now draw that knee into the chest, keep it at hip height, and then press out through the heel of the foot as you extend the leg long. Again, keeping it out of hip height as if you're in Tadasana. So knee into chest and then extend it out long. You could even put your hand on the back side of your hip so you can really bring more awareness to that little muscle. This is a muscle that never gets any love, never gets any attention. So it throws us out of whack. Let's do 2 more. Into the chest and press out, mindfully engaging. Now, next time that leg is extended long, hold it there. And from the top of the leg bone, internally rotate it just a little bit. And you're going to lift and lower the leg just a few inches as you lead with the heel of the foot. So flex the foot and lead with the heel of the foot. And the leg, maybe you can even press it just a little bit back away from you instead of in front. So press it back away. See if you can feel more sensation in that little butt muscle. Let's do 3 more. Press it back a little further. So instead of forward, see if you can swing it back a little bit and lift it. There you go. All right, good. All right, give that a little massage. And then let's do, if we can, a quad stretch. So if you can bring the knee in towards your chest and hold on to your pants or the ankle, and then slowly, slowly with mindfulness, if it's okay, some people, the flexion of your knee isn't going to allow this. See if you can send your foot back behind you so you can get a stretch in that quad. Squeeze the glute and send the hip points forward as if you're doing a little posterior pelvic tilt. So you're kind of squeezing the butt and sending the hip points forward. If that hurts your knee, obviously don't do it, but it's a good try to get a little quad stretch in there. All right. Make sure your knee is in line with your pelvis. All right, let's release that and then just roll over onto the other side. I'm going to go to the other side completely. We're going to start in that little fetal position. All right, your pelvis will thank you. All right, feet are glued together. Top leg lifts up slowly, mindfully, with awareness to that. Feet stay together, Jenny. Feet stay glued together. Feet stay glued together. Yeah, just lift the top knee like you're a clamshell. You're a little pearl. There you go. Yeah, just lift this knee up. Keep the feet together. And you should feel it right there. Good. Okay, perfect. Nice. Guys, looking good. 2 more. Feeling that? All right, now bring the knee in toward the chest and then press out through the heel of the foot, extend it long. Knee into chest, Take it right out from behind you, coming out from the pelvis. Try to push it back just a little bit. Draw it in, press it out. Nice and straight and long, good. Take your time. These are the kind that the slower you go, the more you'll get out of it. Keep flexing that foot too. Good, that's it, Martha, good. One more. And then next time that leg is extended, leave it there. Internally rotate the leg. So the heel is, you're gonna lift from the heel and press it slightly back behind you, slightly away from you. The leg is long and straight. The leg is internally rotated slightly, and we're lifting from the heel of the foot. Good. That's the hard part, lifting from the heel. Good. Two more. 1 and 2. Good. And then if you want to try that quad stretch again, bring the knee into the chest, hold on to somewhere on the shin, and then start to walk your knee back just a little bit till you feel some sensation in that leg. And if you want more sensation, send your hip points forward and you'll feel that stretch in the quad. Right? We strengthen, we need to stretch. We need to strengthen and lengthen. Good. All right, let's release that and press yourself up. And we're going to sit on some blankets in staff pose or Dandasana. All right, so this is where the legs are going to extend out directly in front of us. But you want to sit on enough blankets so that your spine can lift up out of your pelvis. Okay, everyone doing okay? Yeah, you'll feel those gluteus medius muscles tomorrow. All right. Okay, so Dandasana is another foundational pose. Our foundation is our sitting bones. So rock side to side and shift the gift a little bit. So you may need to internally rotate slightly so that you can get the sitting bones really grounded and rooted. And then make sure that the head of the leg bone is into the pelvis. From that place, press the legs down and press out through the heel of the feet. And it might help to take your hands behind you. Come up on spider fingers if you can, so you're not bearing too much weight on the wrists. Roll the shoulders back, press the fingers into the earth and grow tall. All right, lift and spread your toes, press the legs down, and then slowly start to just walk your hands towards your hips so that you get a 90-degree angle from your pelvic, from your torso and your legs. And this in and of itself can be a deep, deep stretch in the hamstring and the lower back. Got those feet flexed. There you go. That's the trick right there. Keeping the feet flexed, you're going to feel that in the hamstring. So if you feel sensation, this is your spot. But if you want to keep trying to lift up and over, we're not rounding into this. That's not going to get you anything. You want to lift up and imagine there's a bar at your ribs and you're lifting up and over that. So bringing the belly button toward the thigh. You may only get 1/4 of an inch. Ooh, do you feel that? Keep pressing the thigh bones down. Just stop gritting your teeth and then release that. Now lean back a little bit and make some circles with your ankles. So this should feel a good release. Breathe in and out. Nice. Okay. Let's give ourselves a little foot massage. So if you can get that right foot over top of the knee, just like we did in figure 4, or just off to the side somewhere, it doesn't have to come on top. Let's see if we can't just massage the bottom of the foot. Get that fascial line down at the bottom, runs across the bottom and the sole of the foot, and give each toe a little lengthening and a little movement. So lengthen it first and then wiggle it around. You want to give it some space in those joints. Lengthen, give it a little love. And then hold on to the mound of the big toe and the mound of the little toe and take them in opposite directions. There you go, yeah. All right, now hand's gonna go on top of the foot. We're gonna draw the toes and the whole foot toward us to get a stretch across the top of the ankle and the top of the foot. That's a big one.
This is your child's pose ankles. Try not to sickle the ankle. So you want to have that foot coming straight directly out of the shin. Go ahead and push those toes back towards your knee. You're stretching the Achilles. Little flexion of the toes, and then give it a flap. Pass, drum roll. And then just take your knuckles and march them up the sole of the foot. All right, last thing is press into bubbling springs. That's the space on the top arch here between the second and third toe. Just press gently into that. Notice if you have any discomfort, tightness, pain in that space, that's your kidney meridian that helps open up your energy channels. It's an acupressure point. So hopefully we'll bubble up some energy to us. So it's right in between the second and third toe on the arch of the foot. All right, go ahead and wiggle the toes around, see if you notice any difference between the feet. And we'll go to the other side. So start with a little massage. Get the heel, the top bones of the feet. And then take a little lengthening of each toe with a little twist. So if some of you have that discomfort in your great toe, make sure you lift and lengthen it first before you try to manipulate and move it. So you want to lift it up and away from the joint space, and then you won't have as much discomfort flexing and extending that toe. All right. Hold on to the mound of the big toe, the mound of the little toe, and take them in opposite directions. Good. And then hold on to the top of the foot. Press the whole foot forward towards you, stretching across the ankle. And then press away from you. The Achilles stretch, flex the toes. Give it a flap. Drum roll, and a nice massage, knuckle massage. Good. All right. Wiggle the toes. Back to Dandasana. Sitting up nice and tall. Press the heels of the feet down. See if you can maintain this posture on your own without the support. But if you need the support, hold on to that. It's part of strengthening the core, seeing if you can let go and not let anything slip or fall back. See where you are with that. All right, let's just come to Sukhasana or some position that feels good for you. It could be diamond pose or the feet crisscrossed. And let's go into a little cat-cow. So hands on the thighs. You're gonna round the back body, chin to the chest. Feel the sitting bones. You're gonna feel rotation on the sitting bones. So this is a posterior pelvic tilt. Now inhale, lengthen your spine. Slide the heels of your hands towards your hips. Lift the heart space up without arching the lower back. You're just lifting up through the heart. Now with the breath, exhale, round into cat. Hands slide over the knees, shoulder blades spread. As you inhale, heels of the hands slide back, lift the heart. And a couple more with your own breath. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, lengthen, open that chest. Beautiful. One more. Exhale, round. And inhale, lift. Nice. And then come back to your neutral. Take your arms out to the side. You're going to find that sweet spot in your shoulder. So wherever you just experience discomfort, that's your stopping point. So it may be goalpost, V, or upper arms in line with the ear. Where does it work for you? Full breath in as you find length in the spine wherever you are. I'm just moving so you can see that it doesn't matter. What we're looking for is length, and then lower the arms down. Two more of that. Inhale to your level of comfort. Exhale, lower back down. So we root the sit bones down to rise and lengthen up out of the pelvis. Inhale, lift. Just lower the left hand down, please. And the right hand down to shoulder height, palm is up. Walk the arm back and away from you to open up between the chest and the arm, and look over your right shoulder.
Keep pressing the left arm back. Big stretch from neck to shoulder, all the way to the fingertips. Bring the head back to center, reach the arms up overhead, full breath in. Lower your left hand down all the way. Right arm with palm up comes to shoulder height. Walk the arm away from you and look over your left shoulder. Back to center, both arms up overhead again, find length. Find the right hand, we're gonna lower the right hand down and crescent over towards that right side. So make sure the left side is still rooted down, shoulders are soft. Now take your eye gaze from your right hand and then look up at your left elbow. Take the head again to right hand, eye gaze to left elbow. And right hand, left elbow. Not really your elbow. Lift back up, both arms up. And then take the other arm down. Lengthen, root, and crescent over towards that side. Really root down through the right sit bone, open up between hip and rib. And then find that head turn, looking at the left hand, looking up at the right arm. Left hand, right arm, left hand, right arm. Come back to center, both arms up again. Just rotate the wrist, and we're going to find the right wrist. The right hand's going to come forward. Left hand comes back behind you as you twist towards the left, sorry. Reach both arms up overhead again. Find the left hand, left comes forward, right goes back. It's a dynamic twist here. One more time each way. Inhale, come to center. Right goes forward, left goes back. Inhale, come back to center and other direction. Keep that core strong as you draw the belly in. Reach both arms up overhead, palms together, and hands come down to the heart. Nice. Lower the hands down to extend the legs, shake them out. Back to Dandasana. How's it feeling now? So press the legs down, press out through the heels of the feet, fingertips come back behind you, lift and lengthen, strong, stable core. Good. Now see if you can release the hands, let that go, bring the hands to the thighs, hinge forward or quarter fold. Try to lead with the heart, not the head. Good. Lift back up to neutral, bend the left knee and take that left leg out to the side. Holding on to the shin and the thigh, lengthen and hinge forward, just the one leg forward. Might be able to get a little deeper into this fold. Inhale, lengthen again. And exhale, hinge forward. Leading from the heart, head and neck stay in alignment. Try to keep the eye gaze shooting forward. And lift up again. Bend that knee, hold on to the outside of the knee. You can stay right here or cross the left leg over the right leg. Full breath in. You're going to do an open twist here. So sweep the right arm up overhead. Gently twist to the right and sweep that arm back behind you into a twist. Ardha Mastrayadasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. Good. Inhale, reach that arm up overhead again. Twist back to center and bring your hands onto your thighs. Now walk your extended right leg toward the midline, so your big toes in line with your belly button, and then flex your left foot firmly. We're going to just see if it's possible to stack the left leg on top of the right into Gomukhasana legs. Hands on the knees, lengthen, and then lift up and over that thigh. Keep the head lifted, leading with the heart. Biggest hamstring stretch of the day. Even an outer hip stretch. All right, I'm getting ready to grunt here. Lift back up and cross that leg. Come to Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, hands on the shins. If it works better to have hands behind you, do that. Lift and lengthen, press the feet in toward each other, press, 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 press. Full breath in, and as you exhale, release the pressure of the feet. Notice if the knees drop down further than they had maybe at the beginning of practice. All right, this right knee is gonna stay straight, left leg's gonna bend, extend long. One hand on the thigh, one hand on the ankle. We're gonna lift and lengthen forward again, leading with that heart. So try to keep your head right in line with your neck so the head doesn't move at all. You're hinging from your hip crease. And if you only move a millimeter, that's fine, as long as you're feeling sensation somewhere along the thigh and the back of the leg. Keep lifting and spreading the toes. Take a breath in, lift back up. Exhale, lift up and over that again. It's not a dramatic movement, very small, subtle movement. Just looking for internal sensation. Good. Lift back up, bend that knee, hold on to the knee. Full breath in, stay here or cross it over. Reach the right arm up overhead, lengthen, and then sweep it back behind you, twisting toward the right. Oh, sorry, left. My right and left all backwards today. Good. Lift that arm back up, come back to center, and then walk the extended leg toward the midline. Pick up the right leg, flex the foot, and cross it, stack it on top of the other leg. Hold on to the knees, big breath in, hinge forward just a tiny bit. You're gonna feel a big, huge stretch here. Very nice. Inhale, relax. And one more time, lifting up, leading with the heart. Very good. And lift back up. Bring those feet flat on the floor. Rock the knees side to side just a little bit. Can't get away without doing boat pose since we're already practically here, right? So I'm going to turn to the side. You stay forward. Hold on to the back side of your knees. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the toes up so you're on the heels of the feet. Draw that belly in to really engage the core and hinge back just a little bit till you feel the core ignite. You're like, oh, there it is. And you get choices. You can just you do nothing, stay right here because this in and of itself is a core strengthener. If you choose, you can lift one leg, opposite arm, and switch, opposite arm leg movement. How about same arm leg movement? Takes a little more control. And then if you want, you can lift both feet, hold on or release the hands. And my whole body's shaking, so I get to say when we're done, we're done. Okay. Oh man, one of these days. All right, we're gonna come up to standing in whatever way is easiest for everybody, okay? We're gonna come to a really good standing posture. That was a long time on the floor, but it felt good. Good stretch. Foundational practices are typically very floor-centric. All right, have your blanket nearby, but we're not going to use it right this second. A little more headspace. Guys doing okay? Everybody good? We didn't even get to say good morning to you. Okay, let's find our mountain pose to start. All right, so what's our foundation right now? The feet, right? So get your feet a happy distance apart for you. And then lift and spread your toes and press the mound of the big toe and the outer edge of the heel. Mound of the big toe, outer edge of the heel, and then reach your toes forward and lower them down. Mound of the big toe, outer edge of the heel, feel the race stripes fire up in your legs. Draw the belly in, shoulders lift up, palms face out, tailbone lengthens toward the floor, a belly draws in, chins toward parallel to the floor. So this is your strong mountain pose. This is where everything comes from in yoga. No matter what you do, you can find Tadasana in the pose somewhere. So just hold on to this for a bit, and then just start to shift your weight forward and back. Notice when you lift up onto your toes or shift forward onto your toes, your back body tightens up. And when you put the weight on your heels, your front body tightens up. So if you tend to walk on more of your toes or more of your heels, that opposite part of your body is going to tighten up. So we want to stay right there in the middle. All right, reach the arms up overhead, full breath in. Exhale, turn palms away. Keep those arms active, fingers are engaged. Good, inhale. Keep right arm up, lower left arm down. And then take that right arm out to the side, palm up. Walk it back and away from you. Look over your left shoulder, just like we did sitting. Head back to center, arm back to center, both arms reach up, full breath in. Lower your left arm down, your right arm down. Left arm comes halfway. Palm is up, reach it behind you, look over your right shoulder. What's happening with your foundation? Are you shifting your weight to one leg or the other? Head back to center, arms up again. Lower left arm down, crescent left. What happened to your foundation? Are you evenly balanced on both feet? Let's go to the other side. Inhale, keeping that nice strong pelvis, nice strong foundation, crescent the other direction. Don't lean into that right side. Keep the weight on the left. Both arms up overhead again. Find your right arm. Soften the knees. Right arm forward, left arm back, twist to the right. Inhale, arms up. Find the left hand, left forward, right back, twist to the right. And back to center again, palms together and hands down to the heart. Good, lower the hands down. Shake it all out and find your blocks. Find your blocks, place them on the front of your mat. I'm going to put them on the side so I can be a side view here. And then find your blanket and place it in the middle with a nice padding. The option I'm going to offer you is when we go into lunge to lift and lower your knee. You do not have to do that. So if you know you're not going to lower your knee, you don't have to worry about a blanket. But if you're going to try to look, tap that knee down, then you want the blanket. Okay? All right, but have it so that it doesn't interfere with your foot. So turn it the other way. Just flip it so it's like a T on the mat. I don't want that to get in the way of your other foot and slide behind your other foot. Okay. All right, so we're coming to mountain pose. We're going to work on some forward fold, and we stretched our hamstrings a lot today. So your forward fold should feel really good. And remember, it's a calming pose. So come to your mountain pose, everything we said before. Balance on the feet, core is strong, heart's lifted. And we're going to hinge from the hip crease and bend the knees a lot. Hands slide on the thighs, bend the knees a lot so the belly rests on the thighs. And maybe the hands reach for the blocks. Bend the knees a lot, belly rests on the thighs. Now the crown of the head releases toward the floor. Okay. All right, start without changing your back. Try to press the backs of the thigh bones back a little bit as you start to straighten the knees, even if it's just a slight straightening of the knees. Doesn't have to go all the way. All right, bend the knees a lot again. Exhale. And then inhales, try to straighten the knees a little bit without changing the back side. And a couple more, just bending and straightening. Bend and straighten. Good. All right, bend the knees a lot. Bring the hands onto the thighs or the hips with the elbows pressed back. You decide how to come up. Hands pressing into the thighs to come up or hands on the hips. Gain that length in your spine again, palms together and hands down to the heart. Now we're going to do our pranam. So it's going to be forward folding, coming halfway up from where you were, forward folding again. And we're just going to do that as a mini salutation. Okay? I'll face forward. All right. Come to mountain pose. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Knees can be as bent as need to be. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands on the thighs, lift the heart. Exhale, bow forward in gratitude. Inhale, lift halfway up again. Exhale, deepen the fold. Bend the knees a lot, come up in your way. Hands on the thighs or hands on the hips, root down through the feet, arms up overhead, get length. Full breath in, exhale, hands to the heart. One more time, breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow forward. Bend the knees a lot, come up in what way works best for you. Inhale, the arms overhead. Hands come down to the heart. We're going to move into our lunge pose now. We have an option of dipping the knee, going from high lunge to low lunge. You can use the chair if you choose to. All right, but all four legs want to be on the chair. All right, so inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come onto the blocks or the thighs if you're going to do a high forward fold. You can do a high forward fold too. Bring the right foot between the blocks and step the left foot over your blanket and behind you. All right, over the blanket and behind you, unless that foot needs, because this is where we're going to have an option to dip. So we shift things around if you need to. Take your time. Okay, so the right foot is in between the blocks. The left foot steps back behind you. Now here, if you choose, you can dip that knee down and lift it back up. Dip it and lift it. Feel that strength in that front leg. Dip and lift just a couple more times. Dip and lift. Good. Let's bring that back foot forward. Come up in what way works best for you. Hands to the hips or on the thighs. Reach those arms up overhead. Palms together and hands down to the heart. There's no need to have to dip if that doesn't feel good in your body. Let's go to the other side. So breathe in, reach the arms overhead. Exhale as you reach hands toward the blocks. Now the left foot's in between the blocks, being framed by the blocks. The right leg steps back over the blanket. All right, and then stay right here, or if you choose, dip that back knee down. It doesn't have to go all the way down. It can kind of just bend and then lift back up. Really finding strength in that front quad, pressing that back thigh bone. Just a couple more. Dip and lift. Good. Last one. Dip and lift. Beautiful. And then step the back foot forward. Hands on the thighs to lift up or on the hips. Inhale the arms overhead. Palms together. And down to the heart. Good. Okay. Let's clear the mat with the blanket. And we're going to bring the blocks to the middle of your mat for pyramid pose. So you have pyramid pose, option of keeping your hands on your thighs or reaching down for the blocks, okay? So we're going to step the right foot a step forward and the left foot a step back. So it's just about 3 feet distance. And your feet are in a nice wide base of support. Toes are intended to point forward if that works for your hips and knees. If not, keep your hips and knees happy. Lengthen your spine, and then we're going to hinge from the hip crease. So really press the feet, the foundation, into the floor. Lengthen and then reach forward with the heart as you hinge forward. Hands are going to come on the thighs, or if it works, to reach for the blocks, but you want to keep the back straight. We're not rounding and bending into this. So I'd rather see your hands stay on your thighs with a nice straight controlled torso. Beautiful. Front leg is straight if that's possible. All right, lift back up, take a breath in. One more time, lengthen, press those feet down, root to rise out of that. Maybe the hands reach for the blocks, maybe not, you decide. Head and neck stay in alignment. Everyone's got really good alignment. And then use the core strength to lift back up. And bring the feet back together. That makes a big circles with your torso. Undulate in every direction. Good. Okay, let's do the other side. So left foot steps forward, back steps back, wide base of support. Toes are pointing forward if that works for hips and knees. Lengthen, root down, and take a little wider base, nice wide base. And turn your feet to where they're comfortable, and then hinge forward. Hands can be on the thighs to support, stopping right here. Or if you want to reach for the blocks, you can do that. Front body toward the back body, strong and engaged. And then press the hands into the thighs, lift back up. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in, root to rise, hinge forward, hands on the thighs, hands on the blocks, you decide. What's your foundation doing? Are you putting all the weight on one foot, or can you find some balance between both legs? Lift back up and bring that back foot forward. Shake it out. Okay, now let's keep the blocks out of the way for a sec. We're going to step to the back of the mat. We're going to go from a warrior one to a pyramid dynamically, and I'll just show you what that looks like first. So I'm going to step my right foot forward, bend the knee, come into warrior one, and then we're going to straight reach the arms up, and then sweep the arms back and hinge forward. Now, if that's not going to work for you, then bring the hands, instead of sweeping them back, just, bring them onto your thighs and hinge forward a little bit. So we'll take it slow the first time so you can decide which one feels better in your body, okay? So start at the back of your mat. And first thing we'll do is take those left toes, turn 45 degrees out, soften your knees, and then gently step forward on a wide base of support. Give yourself lots of space between your feet. Hands on the hips, and take a bend to that front knee stacking over ankle. Roll the shoulders back, and then lift the arms to goal post. Shoulder blades draw together on the back. Squeeze the back butt muscle that we just did clamshell. So you might even feel that. Might remind you, oh yeah, we did clamshell. All right, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up overhead. And then let's try first bringing the hands to the thighs and then support a hinge forward. Lift back up, sweep the arms up overhead, bend the knee, come to goal post. All right, now you get to decide if you're gonna reach the arms up overhead, you're gonna bring those hands back to your thighs or sweep them back behind you into like airplane arms and come to your pyramid pose from here. You might prefer to keep your hands on your thighs. Lift back up, one more time. Bend the knee, warrior one, goal post, squeeze that back glute. Inhale, straighten the arms up overhead, straighten the front leg, and then hands on the thighs or sweep them back behind you into airplane arms. Good, a lot of core strength there. Lift the arms back up overhead, palms together, soften that front knee, and bring that back foot forward. Shake it out, and let's do the other side. Okay, now this time the right foot's going to go 45 degrees, the left foot's going to step forward. Take a bend to that front knee stacks right over ankle, good, wide base of support. That back foot's at a 45-degree angle, good. Arms up overhead, bend at the elbows, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the back glute, lift the heart space up. Warrior one. Good. Straighten the front knee, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands to the thighs or sweep them back behind you. You decide. Breathe in, lift back up. Arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the knee, shoulder blades together. Good. Arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands onto your thighs. Hinge forward. That's a little more stabilizing. Well, maybe not. Well, okay. All right, lift back up, arms up overhead. Down to the heart and step that back foot forward and shake it out. All right, one more standing pose. And we're gonna do tree because we are strong trees. We're letting that lightning strike us, but we've got it, right? So come to a wall for yourself. So give yourself a little bit of support. And let's really think about our foundations, okay? So you've got a center of the room foot and you've got a balance prop foot. So we're all probably in different places, that's okay. So find that foundation first. Really let the feet lift and spread, be as wide as they can. Happy distance apart, down to the big toe, outer edge of the heel. Draw the belly in, squeeze the front body toward the back body a bit. And then shift your weight towards your balance prop or the wall. Peel the center of the room heel up and take that knee out to the side. We've done a lot of hip openers today. Try not to rotate your pelvis. Stay right here with your foot, or if you choose, slide it closer to your other foot, or even slide it up your leg so that your foot is pressed into your leg, leg into the foot. And then if you choose, reach one or both arms up overhead, keeping the fingernails attached to the earth, to the wall, or maybe releasing, you decide. Now notice if you really have your core and your foundation set and your core strong, if that makes a difference, as well as using your drishti. Focus on something in front of you that's not moving. Let everything else fade away. Strong trees here. Let the lightning strike. We've got this. We're always going to have lightning in our lives, right? It's always going to be lightning. Good. And then lower that down. Shake it out. All right, turn the other way. Set your core, set your strength. Set your foundation. Shift your weight toward your balance prop. Turn the center of the room foot, peel that heel up, turn that leg out to the side. You decide where that foot goes. And then decide what kind of tree you want to be. Maybe your branches are wide, maybe they're close into your body. Strong and stable. I am strong, my body is strong because my foundation is stable. My body can feel strong because my foundation is stable. How does that standing leg feel? Beautiful. Okay, go ahead and release that. Very nice. Shake it all out. And we've made it. Time to come onto your backs. I've got a really lovely meditation for you that I'd like to offer you today. So we've done a lot of floor poses. So I'm just going to let you decide what you need to do before you settle into this meditation / Shavasana. So a lot of times a good thing to do is knees to chest and then, you know, twisting side to side a little bit just to release the core. But I'm going to set the room up, let you get yourself situated, and then start the meditation. All right. A couple more breaths to move in whatever way feels good and supportive in your body. And it'll allow you to appreciate and accept the support of the earth. Sometimes we need a little help, right? Take a couple of cleansing breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Just release any lingering tension. And adjust your body so that you do feel completely supported by the earth. Notice which parts of your body are connecting with the earth. Just welcome sounds, welcome sensations, a touch of air on your skin. Noticing where your body is touching the earth. And see if you can allow your body just to relax 1% more, just softening into this space, trusting the earth to hold you up. if it's possible to allow yourself to discover the wholeness of yourself through the experience of simply noticing the feeling of being. Being as a quiet background presence that's always with you, that can go unnoticed until it's directly pointed out. So just take a few moments now to feel and see if you can notice how this feeling of being has always been with you. Notice how the feeling of being is something you directly experience. It's beyond your ability to describe with words, yet undeniably present and accessible no matter what else you're experiencing. It's like on a cloudy day, you know, if you went above the clouds, the sky would be blue. That's your being. It's always there, but not always obvious. Indescribable yet undeniable, peaceful, calm, warm, heart-centered, loving, safe, connected, your refuge, your sanctuary, your well-being. Back into the space by enjoying a full breath in. A long, slow exhalation out. Begin to move your body, your smaller joints, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Rotate your ankles, your wrists. Gently turn your head side to side. Begin to move your larger joints, bending your knees, rocking the knees side to side. Stretching in whatever way feels good for you. Roll over onto your favorite side. Pause there for just a moment to acknowledge your simple being, your presence that's always there. You're grounded, your strong foundation. Mentally, physically, you're strong. Mentally and physically because your foundation is stable. Roll over onto your side and press yourself into the earth. Let the earth support you as you come to a comfortable seat for yourself. Bring those hands together again in front of your heart space. Just know all the light and love that's in my heart honors that same light and love in each of yours. Bow your head to honor your own practice. And then blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha, your strong Sangha, with Namaste. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. You have a beautiful rest of the day. Thank you. Thank you.